Hey, thanks for joining me again at the Third Eye of Providence. This is going to be my February zodiac predictions for the Earth elementals. That's going to be the Sun, Moon, and Rising combinations for my Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn collectives. I have pulled you guys some cards from um, the Robert Hanson's Tarot. I have a 3 card spread for each of my signs. And I've also given you guys some Power of Love activations for the month of February. As we go into the Mercury retrograde, we definitely could use a little bit of extra love this time of year. So those cards are going to be your overall guidance for the month. And before I get into the readings, I just want to mention that um, I really would appreciate if you guys could hit the like button, and if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit that notification too so you get the alert when I post new content. And I will be doing monthly zodiac readings going forward for my signs, so make sure you're hitting the subscribe so you get those notifications. I also am available for private readings, so if any of the messages resonate with you and you want a personalized message, reach out to me and I'd be happy to help you out with that. All right, so there will be a pinned comment below that will have a link that you can jump ahead to the collective that you are reading for your Sun, Moon, and Rising combinations. So, right now, we're going to get into the Taurus energies for February. All right, my Sun, Moon, and Rising combinations of Taurus. Here is your message for the month of February. I asked Spirit to please show me what your energy is at the current moment going into the month of February, and you got quite a lot of messages here. So, my Tauruses, I just want to remind you that this is a general reading for a collective of signs. But if something in this message resonates with you personally, please contact me for a private reading, because there's some things here that I don't think we're really going to be able to get into in a personalized way for my audience overall. But that being said, all right, this is your current energy in February. You have the Devil. And that is in combination with the Five of Cups and the Five of Rods in reverse. So, my Tauruses, you have a 5-5-5 synchronicity here, because the Devil is the number 15. So, 1555. This is not a great energy, I gotta say, Taurus. I'm really seeing there's something here that you have experienced. It's really hard. There's some kind of a loss. This could be somebody you know has passed on, or you've lost a job, you've gotten fired. There's something about the energy of 5, which is all about transformations, but it's also in a challenging energy. It's of disruption, it's of imbalance. So the 555 is essentially the energy of the Tower. And okay, what you need to know about the Devil energy is that this is your own this is something Spirit is challenging you to look at from a different perspective. You need to release yourself from these ties, these chains. There's something in this situation, my Tauruses, that you are torturing yourself about, if that makes sense. What I see about this torturing yourself is because with the Five of Cups, you can clearly see that this man is crying over the 3 cups spilt and has no concern whatsoever for the 2 cups that still are standing. So this is not being able to see the silver lining. Like there's something, you're really upset about it, but there is hope. in this situation. There is going to be something gained from what has been lost, if that makes sense. The universe always has to balance itself out. So if you feel unjust, if you feel like there's something that's been done that's really unfair, um, just know that these things these things do happen for a reason, and there will be something good to come out of it. It might not make up for what you've lost, but it's certainly going to help you see the greater picture in the situation. And that comes with the Five of Rods in reverse. The Five of Rods is an energy of conflict, quarreling, competition, fighting. So, with the reverse of this energy, what I get off of this is about recognizing that like something you had to fight for, something wasn't meant for you, something had to be let go. There's this energy of if it's not for you, let it go, and if it's meant for you, it'll be returned, some kind of stuff like that. But if that doesn't apply to your situation in particular, what I'm getting about the Five of Rods in reverse is that you need to recognize when to pick and choose your battles, right? Like you're not in a great headspace right now to be you're not in a great position, my Taurus family, to be fighting with anybody, because you need to be taking care of you. You need to be focusing on your own mental well-being, your own emotional state. Don't get sucked into the trolls or whatever this family squabbles or work drama is. Release yourself of it. Don't let go of this cycle of torturing yourself mentally and emotionally, and recognize that you deserve to be released from that energy. Don't wallow in the self-pity. Don't wallow in the spite or whatever this energy is with the devil here. Whatever this loss was, whatever this attachment that you're being forced to let go or transform. Like I said, this is really too much to get into in a general message. But however that applies to your situation, free yourself. Because I asked Spirit going forward into February, what best action can you take? What energy can you embody to find your highest and best possible outcome? And they gave you the Ace of Rods, which is beautiful. Look at all of this new dawn energy behind it. Also, what I want you to pay attention to is that this branch is so fresh. This opportunity is so new that it's still blossoming. Right? This tree, this branch has not even withered off and died yet, because it's still vibrant. It's still fresh and hopeful and young. And this is the energy that Spirit wants you to embody. It wants you to take an opportunity to look at your life and recognize that you still have so much passion. You still have this spark of life in you. That you have what it takes, my Taurus family, to manifest a new lease on life for yourself at this time. When you have been faced with this spiritual challenge of 555, this tower, this opportunity, look at it like that, is allowing you to take on a whole new approach to how you want to live your life. You don't want to be entangled in these dramas. You don't want to be living your life out of obligations. You don't want to have these types of quarrels and unnecessary fighting for things that just aren't even going to serve your highest good. Spirit wants you to embody this energy of looking at the bright side, taking the opportunities when they come to you, and being in ease and following the fresh, the new, taking these opportunities and not not being stuck on trying to fixate on things from the past. This is the Ace of Rods for you. Now, I also ask Spirit, if you do take this advice and you embody this energy, what can you expect to see as your best outcome going into March? And this is actually really great. What you have here is the Hermit in reverse, and as well the Four of Cups in reverse. So this is a really this is a really great message, because if you take this Ace of Rods opportunity to take a new approach on the situation, look at things from a different perspective, that's what the Hermit in reverse is all about. This is about coming out of the cold, right? This is going on your own and all this. So in the reverse, this is like you get it. You see what happened. You've taken the opportunity to change your perspective, to follow the guidance and the light and the ease and the joy, and not be bogged down by the devil energy anymore. So with the Hermit in reverse, I see this from my Taurus family, that you start to branch out, right? You start to see the opportunities available to you. And that is where the Four of Cups comes in reverse, because the Four of Cups upright is talking about how he's so busy contemplating his Three of Cups that he doesn't even recognize the fourth cup just coming out of nowhere. So in the reverse, this is like, oh, I see opportunities everywhere. I recognize the abundance of my life, and you're kind of like poised to take the initiative, right? So what I get is that this is a great energy going into March. You're going to start to see new opportunities. You're going to have a new lease on life. You're going to have a fresh approach. You're going to have this like deep spiritual connection to meaning, to purpose for everything. And the only thing I have to warn you against, my Taurus family, that I do see kind of cycling back into this, don't let that devil energy come back in, right? You have to banish that devil energy, because what the devil energy can do with my Taurus family is it makes you driven and stubborn, with like all of this attachment. So basically what I'm trying to warn you against is, do take the opportunities, do take your new lease on life, but don't let you become too attached to doing things in one specific way. Stay flexible, look for the signs, follow the grace, follow your joy and your bliss. Do not force things that are not meant for you. That is the lesson you've already learned. Don't be surprised if it comes back around and the universe tests you again and asks you if you've actually learned this, because that is what they do. They push and they test and they say, are you sure? Can you show us again that you did learn this lesson and you don't have to repeat it? And that's what I'm getting, is that this seeing the silver lining, having a new approach, seeing the opportunity, and following those hunches, those gut instincts, versus doing things out of obligation or out of routine or pattern. That's the challenge for my Tauruses for February. So I asked Spirit for the overall vision, the overall guidance, and you got the card Vision. So for the month of February, your Power of Love activation is Vision. It says, no matter what, you see the bigger picture of a loving and just universe. So no matter what, my Taurus is, you know that you are loved, and the universe is creating a reality that does serve your highest and best good. It might not always seem like that from the beginning, and because of these losses and these things that happen that are sort of beyond your control, but they do serve a purpose. And as hard as it is to see that when you are suffering and when you are in grief and when you feel like you've lost, know that all karma always balances out, and that something will turn around for you, and you're going to be supremely grateful for another opportunity and for a new perspective and a new lease on life. And I am so here to support that. So if you need any additional guidance, if you feel really confused or conflicted or lost, or if you're really struggling with this particular situation, reach out to me. I'd be happy to do a private reading for you. And if I'm able to give you some more vision and clarity, I would really love that opportunity. So, my Taurus family, be well. I really do care, and just reach out to me if you need any help. All right, thanks for joining me. This is the reading for my Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising Collective. And we have for your February overall energy, I asked Spirit what you are embodying for the month of February, and you got the Knight of Swords. So this is air and fire. The Knight of Swords, this card is saying that in the month of February, this is all about action of the mind. My Virgo, so with the Mercury in retrograde energy, how that is affecting you, I think what it's doing with the air and fire energy in the Mercury retrograde is just, this is about cutting decisions. This is about decisiveness. It's about taking action to, I don't want to say combative, but cut away anything that is no longer serving you. So your energy for February is pretty much cutting right to the chase. You're possibly even on edge about things, because with Mercury in retrograde, this is really difficult because it's that energy for the most part for everybody, overall collective wise, is all about carefully reviewing things that you've already done, taking stock, you know, checking back on investments that you've made, making sure that you're going in the right direction that you want to be going in. And how I see this Knight of Swords energy coming in is that you are more prone than others at this time in February to take action and make decisions about those energies, those reviews, these things that you've been working on. And I'm not to say that that's not advised, because obviously as a Mercury ruled sign, you definitely are impacted by the Mercury retrograde. But what I get from this card is that the Mercury retrograde is impacting you in a way that's making you take action more than other people, and do what feels right. Basically, Spirit is giving you this message that you're charging into something, and a sort of, I just keep getting this combative energy, like you're feeling defensive, and just take stock of that before you make decisions, before you cut away anything, before basically. Yeah, even if it's not in your highest good and you feel like something isn't serving you, maybe just take some time to slow the mental process down before making decisions about it. Really embody and tune in to your earth and material energy. Maybe stop over intellectualizing things, and this fire and energy and action element, it seems kind of imbalanced, and I'm just getting this from Spirit that you want to go, and you want to do this, and you want to get things done, and you have deadlines, and you feel the pressure of Mercury retrograde, and you're trying to fight against it. But what I'm getting is that you need to actually not embrace it, but try to balance that energy in yourself by bringing the meditation, bringing the grounding, bringing your earth based practices into play, so that you don't get carried away with this cutting action, because after the Mercury retrograde clears, the dust settles from all this charging that you've done, you might have recognized that you cut back too much of the bush and then it dies, so, if that makes sense. Whew. So based on what your current energies are for February, I asked Spirit, what's the best course of action for you of energies to embody and decisions and actions to take based on what your current energy is. And Spirit gave you the Knight of Rods. So you went from the Knight of Swords to the Knight of Wands, and the King of Wands. So wow, like you went from, here's what's crazy about this, you went from air and fire to fire and fire to fire and air. What did I say about this imbalance of air and fire energy for you guys in the month of February? It's certainly here. I have to keep slowing myself down because I'm like too much in this energy. What I want to say is that it's not about an imbalance. It's just that you're very passionate. You're very riled up. Like you're kind of trying to overcompensate for the Mercury retrograde energy. And how I see this is with the Knight of Rods. So you went from the thinking and action card to the intuition and impulsiveness of action almost. Right? So you're like, oh, I have this idea, or oh, I see something that is not serving my highest good. And then you're like, oh, I'm going to just do this. Like it's an impulsive charging. There's somewhere you're going. There's some kind of a direction that you feel like you have to do this. Like, I'm just going to go and do it. And you're passionate about it, but be careful because Mercury retrograde is not a really great time to be traveling. And I see 2 knights here. So just keep that in mind. Speaking of keeping things in mind, the King of Rods energy. So this fire and air again, but this is the more mature. So you do have these like impulsive night energies of going out and just getting something done and meeting a deadline and just rushing through it and just making sure it's submitted. But you also are trying really hard to embody that, right? Spirit wants you to this is the overall guidance. It's like, yes, be passionate. Yes, follow your hunches, your intuition. You're definitely, quick-witted. That's your gift. And you definitely are capable of making snap decisions without using too much emotion, being clouded by that. And this is all about your desire and your will. But ultimately, what the King of Rods is known for as like the ruler of the realm is that you take into fair consideration all parties involved. You weigh the pros and cons very heavily before taking your action. That's the air and fire energy of the King of Rods. When you embody this energy, I asked Spirit, if you take that advice and if you are successful with enabling yourself to control these forces and balance yourself, what's going to happen going into March? What is your expected best possible outcome? And my Virgo family, you got the Wheel of Fortune, which is another, surprise, fire element card. So a lot of passion in February for you, a lot of will, a lot of desire, a lot of creative force, things that you are really inspired to do. So what I see here in going into March, the Wheel of Fortune, this is a lucky opportunity. This is the Wheel of Fate. This is the hand of God coming down and Um, just directing you where you need to be. The wheel spins in your favor, and there's something um, you're going to be rewarded with for putting in all of that hard work, making your deadlines, whatever this is that you are so passionately driving yourself toward. As long as you don't allow it to destroy you, as long as you don't let this fire consume you, as long as you're very careful about maintaining your balance and grounding yourself and not letting this air and this fire energy overtake you, um, you're going to create a new opportunity for yourself. You're going to, there is no luck in a universe that's designed to be an experience stimulator. It's like a simulator. It's supposed to be all about, you know, yes, this is a lucky card, but it's supposed to be about what's meant for you, what's fated for you. And this is how the wheel spins. It can spin in your favor, it can spin not in your favor, but ultimately it will grow you, it'll serve you. So try to, again, take this guidance from Spirit for February of energies to embody and to balance. And then this can be your outcome into March. Then I asked them, what is the overall message from your Power of Love activations for February? And you got satisfaction. You let the energy of love guide you to self-approval so that others no longer define who you are. Right, I think that definitely has to do with this energy, month of February. Not having to clear away enemies, not having to defend yourself and fight for being right is what I'm getting. You learn how to just let things go. If people mistake you, people don't understand you. Just being happy with your self-approval. And you also got the energy of peacefulness. So you negotiate. Maybe you negotiate something. I don't know. You recognize that balance, kindness, and love bring calmness to your soul. Right? Balance. What did I tell you about this energy? And I want you to also see too, these cards are like green, and I'm getting that that's that heart chakra, but it's also the grounding. So really activating your heart, grounding yourself, and not letting the intellectual and the creative fiery energies really burn you out, right? Because there's a lot of fire here. All right, so that's all I have for my Virgos. If this resonates with you and you want a personalized reading, I'm here for that. You can just reach out to me. I'd be happy to provide. And I hope this message served you. Make sure to hit the subscribe button when I do my March zodiac readings. You will get the notification to come check those out. Thank you guys so much for your support. Right, we have the February reading for my Capricorn family. This is the Sun, Moon, and Rising combinations of Capricorn. And I asked Spirit to show me what energy you're in going into the month of February. And they gave us the Ace of Pentacles, which is an earth sign. So, of course, this is definitely you. Having an opportunity, some new money coming in, or a job, or there's something financially, materially, physically changing for you. This is about a discovery or something new coming in. Then you also have embodying the Queen of Rods in reverse. So this is a woman that has a lot of irons in the fire. She has a lot of passion. This is a watery fire energy, but it's also mature. So it's about taking stock of your surroundings and tuning into how that's making you feel. Now, what I'm getting with the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Rods together for my Capricorns is that this is talking about how you have an opportunity. You see something that that's going to help you. Maybe you want to make some money, or there's some kind of settlement, cash payout thing, refund, I don't know, something like that. And you have so much going on that, like, what am I getting off of this Queen of Rods reverse is that, like, maybe you want to turn this money into a project or something, but you already have a lot going on. Capricorns, of course. This is so, yeah. You see an opportunity to do something and you want to take it, you want to do it, but you're not in the right embodiment to do this at this time. Like, you're kind of being too bossy about this, or like there's something imbalanced about you personally doing this. Let me think about what this says. So in February, going into this energy, you already have a lot going on. You already have a lot on your plate, but you want to seize an opportunity when you see one. You know, I know Capricorns are all about wanting to really not take a gamble, but really wanting to put in the work, you know, seeing, oh, this is going to have a really good payoff if I can do this and I can execute it, but I have to do it. No one else is going to do it right. So just be cautious of doing too much of that going into the month of February. So I asked Spirit if you, I asked Spirit to show what your best possible outcome will be, what energy you need to embody, and what you need to pay attention to in order to find your highest good in February. And they gave you the energy of Temperance. This is about masterfully blending contradictory elements. So you, my Capricorns, you are the taskmasters. You do like to be in control. You like to have authority, and you want to make sure things go your way. What Spirit needs to show you and remind you is that you have to have balance and moderation. You need to find the grace within yourself, you know, pouring out of one cup into another cup, back and forth, right? Like blending, not over giving. You, my Capricorn family, do have a tendency to do extra, and you need to find moderation and balance. Embodying grace in February is really advised for you. Then I ask Spirit, if you do take this opportunity and guidance, what is your highest and best possible outcome going into March based on that energy? And they gave you the Seven of Swords in reverse, which is fantastic, because the Seven of Swords is, so we have the energy of seven. This person is in the upright. They're carrying away 5 swords and they're leaving 2 behind. So they feel like they're making off better than what they had going into this. In the reverse, how I see this is that you are not carrying more than your fair share, which is really something my Capricorns need to be good at, is you are such a taskmaster. You so want to get these things done. You love being able to orchestrate others and do these things, but if you can embody grace and find balance, you are going to see that there is help, there is possibility of like allowing you to work with other people, but just be careful. What I get off of the Seven of Swords energy is that this is kind of like a sneaky thing, and it's not you. I see this as that, like, you see an opportunity, you have a little bit too much going on, you try to find patience and balance, and allow people to get involved with this situation, or help other people, or something with this opportunity has to do with other people. And spirit's just letting you know that there is a possibility of being disappointed. You have to pay attention and make sure that you don't manifest this yourself, right? Don't convince yourself that you're not able to receive help from others and that you're the only one that's able to do this, because then this is like a lesson that just goes back around. I see it as a cycle happening here for my Capricorns. And I wish that wasn't the case, but some of you, I do see that as happening, that there's a pattern of behavior, and that maybe this is actually what you need to see in order to recognize the pattern and break the cycle. But like I said, just be careful. There is something here, a sneaky type of an element that somebody might be trying to pull one over on you, or something with this opportunity is kind of going to go awry if you're not careful. So then I asked Spirit, what is the overall energy from the Power of Love activation for February? And you got the card Cause and Effect. It says, you are aware that the love you create in your thoughts is an agent of change and the foundation of your results. So like I said, let's not make a cycle of this. Let's not make a pattern of this. Cause and effect, right? Have you, in your mind, Capricorns, overcome this negative narrative that you're the only person capable of achieving the things that you want in the manner that you want? This bossiness, right? This like imbalanced Queen of Rods energy, where you don't think that anybody else is capable of doing things right, that you have to do everything yourself. Can you release yourself from that energy a little bit? Because again, cause and effect. If those are the thoughts that are in the foundation of your mind, what's going to show up in your reality? What do you expect to happen, right? People are going to play out these narratives. If you convince yourself that that's what they're going to do, then they're going to do that. What you need is, this spiritual essence. You need to balance, you need to find grace, you need to pray, this alchemy, this moderation. But it's not just I keep saying moderation, and if you don't understand what that means, what I'm trying to help you understand is like a balance, a give and a take, right? Don't set people up to fail. Be very clear about what you want from them, what you expect, what you're paying for in your, what you're expecting to receive in order for your money, the goods and services, or, the results. Be very clear. Do as much as you can to help yourself, to allow people to help you, if that makes sense. Focus that bossy fixation on making other people do what you want them to do on yourself, right? Allowing yourself to give people the opportunity to get things done the way you have clearly expressed, the expectations you set. Just be as just be as clear as you possibly can. And I know it's hard with the Mercury retrograde energies that we're in, because it does make us have kind of befuddlement in our mind. The clarity isn't quite there, but, like I said, just try to slow down, speak with spirit if you're able to, find your grace, pray to your guardian angels, whatever it is that you do to tap into your spiritualness, that higher guidance from yourself, to release that like burden of having to play out this pattern that no longer serves you. Make sure that you tell spirit that you recognize that cycle and that you release yourself from learning this lesson because you have achieved, you have learned it, and that you want to let it go. I hope that makes sense, my Capricorn family. I love you guys so much, and if this resonates with you and you want a private reading, I'm available for those. Otherwise, make sure you're hitting the subscribe button because you'll get the notification when I post my March zodiac predictions, and I hope to see you then. Be well.